Hi friends, it's Chari. Welcome back to my channel and another FLOSSTUBE video. Today is FLOSSTUBE 33. Happy almost Halloween. I do have some really fun finishes to share, and one of them is Halloween, and I am super excited about how it turned out. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you today. It has been a while since my last video because I've been busy. Matt and I went on a trip to Cape Cod and Boston. We flew into Boston, spent a day in Boston with our friends Jen and Chris, who actually live on Cape Cod, and then we went back and spent a long weekend with them and had a lot of fun, did a lot of touristy things, but it was very enjoyable. And then the next weekend I went to Ohio to a retreat with crafty friends. I did go visit Keepsake, so I have a tiny little bit of haul from there. I have a lot of haul from Sassy Jacks, which I actually filmed before I went because I just wanted to get it off my desk and put away. So you're going to see all that in the haul section. And the other thing I need to talk about is the Stitch Along with Hands-On Design for the Craft Room series. We are on to the third and final design, and I've talked about it in the last video, but you haven't actually seen any of my progress. So I am going to show you that today. I will pop my graphic up here with the kind of breakdown of the chart. I did it into 3 parts. I am well into my last part, but I'm not quite finished yet. So I have a little catching up to do because I've been gone. And it's meant to be about 4 weeks, for the 4th week being catch up. So that's what I'm going to do. And I will share that when we look at new starts and whips. And I did change my colors a little bit to match the colors of the other 2 that I stitched. But if you are stitching along, please share on social media and tag me at Chari Moss and Kathy at Hands On Design. And you can use the hashtag HODCraftRoomSal so that we can see your beautiful projects. I think that's it. So let me flip the camera, and I'm going to insert the haul that I filmed earlier and then also the little bit of haul from Keepsake. Oh, I did remember something else I was going to share. I know that a lot of people like to share FlossTubers they're watching. I don't watch a ton of FlossTube. I will watch Kathy from Hands On Design. I always try to link her below because I'm usually stitching her charts. I watch my sister, Stacy. So Sassy Stacy Noel, and she is always linked below too. But another one I wanted to share is my friend Britta. So I got to see her when I was in Ohio. She lives in Minnesota. She has picked up stitching again. She used to do paper crafting. I think now she works a job that doesn't allow her to do that quite as much. But stitching, I think like me, is an easy way to wind down in the afternoon. So she's been stitching, or I should say in the evening, not the afternoon. So she's been stitching. She has created a FlossTube channel. She's done at least 1 video. Her stitches are different than mine, so if you want to see something a little bit different, go check her out, and I will link her below as well. All right, let's talk about haul. So Pashta Design had a new release. I want to show you what I got. Let's see. Let's start with, I got some new dies. This is called Fancy Flakes, and it makes a cute little snowflake. You layer this on top and you get the little openings. And part of the reason I got this is because I think it will go well with the kit, which I'm going to show you in a minute. And then I also got the popsicle die, mostly because I saw someone turn this shape into a ghost, and now I really want to make a ghost. So I got those. I also got some felt. These are some of the new colors. There are 2 other new colors, but they were in the color story that's in my kit. So you'll see those in just a minute when I show you the kit. I do not remember the names of these off the top of my head, but I can link them in the description below. And then here is the kit that just came out. This is Snowy Friends. This kit will be available for 1 year. So it just came out. It'll be available till mid-October. Actually, I guess October 4th was when this came out. So beginning of October of next year. And you get all these things in the kit. And partly why I want to go ahead and film this early is so I can cut some of these pieces apart and take them on a retreat. So this kit is a little more expensive than some because you do get an extra roll of white because it is snowman. So you need some tundra felt. And then this is the, I believe it's the gift wrap color story that I got, and the red and the green in this are new colors. This is crabapple. I don't remember what this one is. Parsley, I believe. So anyway, you pick which color story you want with your kit. So I picked gift wrap. You get the coordinating embellishment kit, the coordinating floss, and then additionally, you are going to get white, black, and orange, of course, because you have white. You have a little square of black and a little square of orange. Of course, this is for carrot noses and black top hats. So that's why you get these 3 colors of floss as well. So this one has some extra stuff. You're going to get your needles, always your crochet thread for hangers, for ornaments, and some seed beads for eyes, some little black seed beads for eyes. So that's something extra in this one too that you don't always get. And then here are all the dies that come in this. It's huge. I need to get these onto a magnet sheet. Hopefully they all fit. But I believe there are 5 different snowmen you can make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different heads. And then there are 2 different round ornaments you can make. And one is him looking up. You can kind of see that shape here. And then this one is looking to the side in the circle, if you imagine the circle here. So they kind of look like this. And I also got the little free thank you die that they have right now. You kind of get these once a year. This one is a cute little tree. So I think that would be cute on some ornaments as well. So that is the new Pashta design haul. Oh, and it all comes in this little bag here. I'm just going to slip it in here real quick so I can move it off my desk. Push these things to the back. So this is my Sassy Jacks haul. And I went a little overboard on fabric, but I did pick up one chart. Actually, I picked up more than one chart because I went for the hands-on design charts. This is one I picked up that I found. I was looking for it. It's new. I really love this Nativity Tiny Town. And then I went because she had the new hands-on design stuff as well, and she was holding these for me behind the counter. So Harvest of Blessings, I've done, I think, all the other round ones except for the beach one because that one isn't really something I want to stitch. So I need to do this one now. It matches all those rounds. I got the next That's a Wrap, the spooky edition. Have I made any of these yet? No. Do I have them all? Yes. I'll get to them eventually. And then Murder in the Garden, which is the big Awesome Produce series. So this is stitched on, I believe, a 20 count with a 20 count linen over 2. So really like a 10 count. And it's stitched with the pearl cotton. It's huge. And it's, if you've seen Kathy's picture of it, I want to stitch it on something smaller and make a smaller pumpkin. That is my plan of action. I kind of think I might do it on an orangey or a red color, which I'm going to show you something I purchased that might work. Here's Sassy Jack's little, they do meetups. These are their Thursday stitch groups, Sunday stitch and chat on YouTube. and Friday's Zoom. And this is their little logo. And now they have some little needle minders and stickers you can get. I just think it's cute. Jack is the squirrel, Sassy Jack, and Herschel, I think, is Kim's cat, I believe. So I just think this is a really cute little graphic that they made. Here's my little needle minder, which also has a sticker in it and the card, but I thought I'd take it off so you can see the little needle minder is the same little, hey Herschel, hey Jack. I just think it's really cute. So she has these now, which I think are adorable. So I had to pick one up just for my little needle minder collection. Let's see, I got some floss that I think I needed. I had some things on a list. You ever buy stuff and don't remember what you bought? Actually, I take all that back. I bought this because I think I gave mine to Stacy, and these I bought because they were ones I knew I didn't have, and they were in one of these charts over here that I just put to the side. And then there's the fabric. So I got some more 40 count flannel flower because I love it so much, and I've stitched quite a few things on it, so I just wanted to replenish that because they had a piece there. So that one was a no-brainer. Then she had all kinds of new fabrics I had not seen before. This is, I'm gonna probably say it wrong. Is it Maui Didana? Manny Didana? I can't tell if that's an N or U, and I just need to look it up. I'll list them below, so it's not just handwriting. These are all 36, I think. This one is called The Beach. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but it has some little bits of blue. Oh, you can really see it here on this modeling. See that blue there? I thought this, I do have a plan for this. I'm not going to say what it is right now. Let's just say it's a beachy themed stitch. It's something I keep meaning to start and I haven't started, and as time goes by, I just keep changing my mind on what fabric it will be good on. So I think this might be the new winner. So this is The Beach. Then I got, this one is called Halloween Parade. So it's got a lot of orange in it, a lot of purple kind of going on, very like dirty orange. This one might be good for the little pumpkin stitch. Anyway, I just thought it was pretty. Do I have a plan? No. So that's Halloween Parade. Then we have Halloween Evening, which has more purple in it, but also with the browns. It's very pretty. Just move it around so you can see some of the modeling in it. I couldn't pick just one. They were all so pretty. So that's Halloween Evening. Then I got, this one was already pre-cut, Pumpkin Patch, so it's a smaller piece. This one is kind of orangey as well, but still on the more neutral brown side. So I got a small, this one also might be good for the pumpkin. This is a contender. That's 36 Pumpkin Patch. Oh, it's an N, Manny Didana. Sorry, some of those others look like U's. And then this one is Lapin loops actually, so it's not the same dyer. This one I thought was really cool. It is called Wolfman. Bring that tag back over here. Anyway, I thought it was very cool. Actually, when I brought this up there to the registry, she goes, "Oh, I thought we were out of this." And I said, "No, you got a couple pieces back there." So I got them to cut one in half for me, so it's not a huge piece. I just think that's kind of really cool modeling. Also, might make a cool pumpkin, right? So I gotta pick a pumpkin. So yeah, I kind of went crazy on the fabrics, but they're just so pretty. I was going to just show them all to you, kind of laid out. So I've got quite an addition to the fabric stash here. So here's my little bit of haul from Keepsakes. I picked up one of these older hands-on design around the holidays. I think I have Where Liberty Dwells, but they had this one, which I've always liked. I love that little submarine. I just think it's so cute. So I picked up the pattern, and I actually picked up all the floss as well, because when I looked at the colors, I knew that these were not Gentle Arts threads that I had. So that is my one little bit of haul from Keepsakes. Okay, so let's talk new starts. This is the third in the Hands-On Design Craft Room series. This is by the scissors, and as you can see, I'm pretty well along. All I have left to do is the 2 quilt squares here and fill in the basket and some back stitching on the spools. I have another color on the spool here. I think I am going to pull out one of these quilt squares. I thought about doing these two the same and these two the same, but if you remember, I'm going to pull out the I was stitching stitch. One of the changes I've made in all of these is to take the 4 quilt squares that are charted all as the 2 blue colors and pull in some extra colors. So the colors I've pulled in are 2 purples, 2 greens, and 2 orangey yellows. So I thought about doing these 2 the same and these 2 the same, but what I'm realizing is then that leaves this one without a color, either without the green or without the purple. So I think what I'm going to do is pick one of these out and make them green so that we kind of have these 2 colors here, and then I'll do these 2 colors in the ones here. So a blue one and a purple one, or vice versa. I might pop the blue over here since I have blue on the spool. So I'm getting close to being done. I don't have a lot left to do on By the Scissors. And then I'm going to finish this like the Call Me Crafty. I'm going to finish them all the same way, and I'm hoping to maybe do a tutorial because I did some Mod Podge with some scrapbook paper on my finish, which let me grab it real quick just as a reminder. This is on the Clipster by Chantal, and I do have 2 more of these. I painted it with spray paint. This is a metallic spray paint. I Mod Podged the scrapbook paper on it. Then I laced my stitch and glued it on here and did all the embellishments. And I do have some fun embellishments I'm hoping to use for this one that are some little rulers. And then for this one, actually, let me grab it real quick. I did order from Chantal this little packet of embellishments, which I honestly did not realize that there were 3 scissors and 3 spools and 3 sets of buttons. Actually, there might be more than 3 spools. Anyway, let me pull them out. So I'm hoping maybe I can work these into the finish of By the Scissors. Let me dump them out here. Okay, so there is 5 spools. It's like 5 buttons and 3 scissors. I don't know if I'll use all these scissors. We'll see. I might do a giveaway at some point of just like 1 set. But if you're looking for some embellishments, that is a pretty good deal. You could put the scissors on all 3 if you wanted, which I believe is how Chantal finished hers. So technically this is a new start because you haven't seen it started. Move this out of the way. I do have another new start. That is the Little Autumn Cat. and he stitched up pretty quickly. I had kind of just stalled out on it a little bit because I'm up to where I need to do the face, and then I need to do all the back stitching around it to make it a stand-up. This is on 32, yes, 32 count charcoal, which by the way, my other one is on 32 count white, but I always put that information on the screen. This one has some fun beads that I haven't gotten to yet either. So hopefully I can finish him up soon and maybe put him in my little bowl for fall. He is kind of Halloween-y because he's a black cat to me, but he can go in there for fall. I like to enjoy my stitches a little longer, especially when I'm late getting them done. I also think it would be cute to stitch him looking the opposite direction so you could have two little cats. But he stitched up pretty fast, so I might be making more little cats. We'll see. All right, I have one whip that is getting close to being done, which is the Woodland Witch. Let me pull her out, maybe. Oh, here she is. And I know I've talked about before that I actually kind of want to make this skinnier. So I'm going to stop my vine here. I actually move this leaf over a little bit. And then I need to figure out how far I want to go this way. I might take that little mushroom and scooch him over here. And then I probably will not be doing the leaves. We'll just see. I want to see how wide it gets with the vine before I make that decision. This is on 40 count Eastwick, mostly using the called for colors. I did eliminate the squirrels. I think I went and bought a new color for the vine because I had used a different color for this and the vine was the same. This is what I went and bought for the vine. I bought this while I was in Ohio so I could change it up. So this is a lily pad, which is not called for, but that is what my dark vine is on this one. I haven't gotten to my pumpkin one, which is in the same little project bag. But maybe once I get this one done, I'm okay with Halloween has come and gone and I'm still stitching some fall. I like it, so I will just stitch it. All right, so that's my only whip. I had another one on my list, but I actually finished it last night. So let's talk about finishes. So this is Let It Grow by Autumn Lane Stitchery. So here's the pattern. And I stitched mine on 36 count Chai by Seraphim Fabrics. And it is all the colorful colors except for the yellow. I traded out the yellow. It was really bright. I traded it out for one that was a little more orangey. And I think that looks really cute. I was looking at how I want to finish this. I did buy a frame for it, which is a little 6x6 frame, but you know, it's a little small for this. Let me show you. I can pop this out real quick. And I probably won't use the glass. I usually never use the glass. But you see how it has a lot of extra space around it? So I think what I'm going to do is this actually fits really well on one of the hands-on designs 4 3/4 rounds. I think I'm going to make it a round and then apply that onto a square of fabric with a pattern. And I think that's going to look really cute. This is just a frame I found at TJ Maxx, so it was like $5. But I think that's going to work out pretty well. So again, I just finished that last night, and now maybe I can move on to the other spooky stitches from Autumn Lane Stitchery that I have in that same project bag. Another finish I have that is not fully finished is the sampler from Between Friends, a fall sampling. So it's the sampler here. And what I want to do is, this is the first one I finished out of these books. I want to make it in such a way that where it can kind of trade it out in the same frame. So now that I've finished this one, I'll probably move on to winter. And I think it'll be my goal to finish all of these samplers this year. I did the drawn thread samplers last year, which I haven't quite fully finished yet, but I have a fun idea for them. But this is stitched on 32 count Prairie Land, I believe. I think it's Atomic Ranch. Yes, Atomic Ranch Fabrics, Prairie Land. And I love this fabric. I think it is so pretty. It has a whole lot of modeling in it. But I think it looks great, especially with this false stitch. So I have this one to finish now. I have a lot of things to finish, but I did finish some things that I'm going to share with you. Let's see. This is the Gather Round series. I have stitched Gather Pumpkins and I have stitched Gather Wildflowers. I still need to stitch Gather Pine Cones and Gather Butterflies. So the summer and the winter, I have the fall and the spring done. And I've had them done for a while. I finally fully finished them. These are on 32 count Platinum Lugana, which I don't really stitch on Lugana much anymore. I lace them onto the rounds that are meant for these. You can buy them from Hands On Design. I did the called for rickrack, and I think Kathy intends that you can trade these out of the paddles. These are from Chantel's 141 Design Company. I think they're called the Perpetual paddles. Hold on. Oh, there's not a name on here. This is what they look like. So it's MDF, and you get 3. They're meant to go with the stitch. What I've decided is I just bought me a set of paddles for each one. And I'm just going to trade out the paddles rather than trading the stitch off the paddle. These are painted with Maui sand. Let me grab that real quick. So I painted these with Folk Art Chalk Maui sand. They are sealed with Krylon matte sealer chalk. And I'm just going to make one for each season. So I have spring to finish. I actually just put the clear coat on my spring paddles. And then I added the little bow at the top. And the way I want to trade these out, I made something for this to go on, which is this, which is just an old piece of barnwood, which I actually bought a pack of 4 on Etsy. I could put the link. This would probably be easy to find at a salvage place. I just haven't had one to go to. And then I also bought these little hooks made out of what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, blacksmith nails. So they're very kind of rustic. And then each of my paddles, I can mount this on the wall, and my paddles will just hang on it. And then when I want to trade them out, I'll just pull them off and put the next season on. These reminded me a lot of cast iron plates, or not plates, cast iron pans. And, you know, we see those hanging on the wall for display. So I thought that this was a great way to display these little paddles. So that is Gather Pumpkins. I need to finish Gather Wildflowers. Once I do, I will share that. And then I need to stitch the other 2 now that I have a way to display them. All right, my last finish is Hands On Design Costume Party. This is finished on Chantel's Lewis board. I did do a crackle finish on this. I used pure black for my undercoat And then I used peppercorn for what's on top, so you can see that crackle finish. I built a little shelf on the bottom with some basswood pieces just from the craft store. It reminded me of when I used to build models in architecture school. So I glued the little shelf on with the little supports, mostly because this stitch was not as square as what this board is. So I had some room either at the top or the bottom. And so I decided to make a little shelf. And then I filled it with some Tim Holtz Idea-ology things. So we have some little apothecary bottles. This one has little bubbles in it, which this is what I used. You can't really tell the color because of the amber bottle, but I thought the amber bottle went well. A little drippy candle. I made a little mini book, which you can't really see the pages, but for my candle to sit on. We have a little pumpkin. These come in the same pack. I put some collage medium onto some twine to twist it and make it kind of stay like that to look like a vine. The little broom actually came from Factory Craft Direct. I bought a bunch of tiny little brooms, so we'll try to find the link for that. The eye came from a pack of a bunch of eyes. Got another little bottle. I just used the label that came in those apothecary bottles on this one. And then we have a little skull, which I even added some glitter to him, so he's not quite as spooky. I used Lady Dot Rick Rack. I think this is Lori Holt fabric, perhaps. Just another button company bat pin and some ribbons. I am so excited with how this turned out. I think it is so cute. I was really excited about this idea of the little shelf with all the little things on it, and I think it turned out great. I'm very excited about it. I finished it just in time to display it for Halloween. There's also a little star that comes with the Lewis board, which I may add up here. I'll grab it real quick so you can see what it looks like, because it's kind of a like a wonky shaped star. So I don't know, I might paint it in some way and add it to the top. We'll see. But I really do love how it turned out. I think it's so cool. So yeah, that is all of my projects to share this time. So let's do giveaways. My giveaway from my last video, I actually reached out to the person in the comments, told them they won. They got back to me really quick, so I've already sent that because it was Halloween and I knew I wasn't going to get to a video very fast. So it is long gone. So I have two today. They are not Halloween. I'm going to switch over away from Halloween giveaways to Christmas. And I actually have two. So please be 18. Please live in the United States. And please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I don't usually ask that a lot. I forget, but it's always helpful. More likes, more subscriptions get you seen a little bit more. All right, so I have two giveaways today. The first one, I am waiting for Chantel's ornament box to come for this year. But I knew I wasn't going to stitch all the ones that came last year. You know, you never know what you're going to get, if all the patterns are going to be your cup of tea or not. So I'm going to give one of them away. So this is All Is Calm by Plum Street Samplers. So this was exclusive to the ornament box. Here is the ornament piece that it goes on. You can see it in the picture. It's kind of painted, so it's hard to tell. And then I pulled out some 28 count. This is Icon is the name of the fabric. I just thought that it matched this stitch. It was the closest I had in my stash. I'm not sure. Oh, it says the model was stitched on 36 count. So unfortunately, this is going to be a little too big to fit on this, but you may not want it on this. Anyway, so this is the first giveaway. Please use the word calm. Sorry about the glare. And then my second one is this little ornament from Little House Needleworks that is called Snow in Love. This is the ornament of the month from 2011. I picked out another really pretty Lugana to go with it. This is one I've actually stitched on before, so it's not the full piece, but it's a pretty big piece. I have no idea what color it is. It is a mystery. It is 28 count, but it is color and cotton, and it just says limited edition, so it doesn't have a color name. And then I pulled this little ornament out of my stash that is perfect for a square shape. So whether you stitch it on this or not, I haven't really looked at this size, but it might fit. So that is the second one, and we're going to use the keyword love, L-O-V-E. So use the keyword calm if you want all is calm, the keyword love if you want snow in love, and let's see. Please leave a comment by November 8th, and I will pick a winner. 2 winners. So yeah, I think that's all I have to share today. Hopefully this was a quick little update. I actually had been putting it off after being gone because I wanted to make sure I had some fun things to share and got some of these finishes completed because I was really excited about them. I am working on finishing my drawn thread samplers for all the seasons. I like the way it's going to turn out. It's just not quite done yet, so I'll be sure to share that when that's done. And I think that's it. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your comments always, and happy stitching. Bye.